Hi, this is take two. I got a few minutes in and the postie came to the door, so my dog wanted to bark and bark and bark, so we had to stop and start it again. My son's helping me today, he's doing some filming. What I was saying is that this little Queen Anne stool was originally very high glossed mahogany. And what I didn't notice until everything had dried, that there's quite a lot of little holes, every now and again, like little pinholes, just from wear and tear. So instead of spacking it or using, a filler from a hardware store, which they go on pretty gluggy and they take a long time, this is a Dixie Belle product. It's called Dixie Belle Mud, and this is fantastic. It has like an oil. Can you see a bit of oil in there? So you can mix that right through, but I don't need to do that because I'm just going to put a tiny little bit on my finger. This stuff is very good and it dries. Here's, where were they? Where did I see those little holes? Now I can't see them. Where have they gone? You see them there? I saw them a minute ago. Where are they? There. Okay. There's one right here. I'm just going to put that on. It just fills out the hole pretty much instantly. See how it fills those little spots? You can just rub it off with your finger. It'll dry by the time I get around to that leg to paint. It'll be already dry. It's super fast. I mean, you can do a much bigger job, of course, of filling with the spatula and do it properly, but just those little tiny marks there, that's what I was filling before my dog started. So that's Dixie Belle Mud, and that is a great little product to use. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to start on the metallic. It's had 2 coats of base primer, 2 coats of my base coat, the green. Now we're going to go over it in a metallic. Metallic paints a little bit different type of thing to use. They're usually very thin consistency. You will see brush strokes. You've got to be very cautious when you use metallics. I've got a few different metallics that I've tried over the years. I do like the Moonshine Metallics by Dixie Belle. They're very good, beautiful coverage and lovely range of colours, but they're a little bit thick for what I want to do today. So I'm going to go back to the Modern Masters. I get these from the US, and this is beautiful, very thin, very fine metallic paint. So we're going to use a colour called, what's this called? Glacier Blue. It's a gorgeous turquoise. I've used this a few times. Today I do have my Klingon Shorty with me, so I won't have that big handle in the way. Now how are you going to see that from over there? How about if I do that and I'll come around this way a bit? This is just the first coat, but even with the first coat you must be careful. Depending on how you lay it down, you must very quickly go back up with continuous strokes to avoid your brush lines. You can lay it on, but then you must smooth it straight away, smooth it down, just like when you're doing your architraves or the windowsills. Be careful. Very different than, say, painting walls. You can use a roller. It doesn't really matter if you go over an area. But when you get to your window trims, you've got to be extremely careful. Now, I'm not going to work that anymore. That's enough. I will come back and do another coat over the top of it when that dries. You don't want to keep overworking it. Can you see that there? I'll finish this leg. It's probably a bit big, this brush, for this little job, but it's my favourite, the Shorty. I love it. Let's get more. She's pretty wrecked. I've done a lot of work with this girl. Can you see that? Okay. That's it. I'm not going to work her anymore. She will be dry in about an hour, completely dry, and then I'll go over with a second coat. And Modern Masters needs no top coat either, so when you finish this, you're done. So I'll come back soon and I'll do the second coat, and when that's dried, we'll do a little reveal and show you how it's all turned out.